So this is the conditions today that I'm fishing. You can probably hear it's quite windy. I'm shouting because I don't know how much you're going to pick up. But I've asked Tom to put this at the beginning of the video because I've just thought about doing it. The weight just pulls round. You can hear the wind. It's not even gusting. This is the wind. It's just constantly like this. It's been constantly like this since the beginning. I'm filming this now, and I've asked Tom to put it in the at the beginning. Not old and bottom. The wind's blowing on the line, and obviously the tide is quite fierce. If the wind weren't here, it'd probably be all right. I'd probably be able to hold bottom, but I'm not. I've just arrived at Trunch Lane. I parked my van, £2 in the car park, but at the minute it's free. I've pitched this beach buddy up because it is blowing a gale. I cannot believe I'm air fishing. I'll probably cast at about 20 yards. I brought my gear here, and by the time I got this, look at this. It's going to bloody take off. So I got here, I don't know if you can see the sand. Tom, you're going to have to zoom in on that sand because that's moving like a grip blaster. So anyhow, I'm at Trunch Lane. It's a Friday. I thought I'd get out before the whole country's locked down with coronavirus. It's not looking good at the minute, is it? I bought some worms. Don't know if I'm going to use them here or whether I'm going to do another trip to the river and use them there. But it's high tide shortly. I've only probably got 2 hours before high tide, so I need to be getting baited up and stuff. But it is terrible weather conditions, and I'm on sand. I mean, you couldn't want for anything worse, could you, really? Wind and sand. So anyhow, this is Trunch Lane. That's Geggy down there, I do believe. And this is where I'm fishing, and I'll just take you out here. Right. So anyhow, that's it. That's Chapel St Leonard's up there. That corner bit sticking out, and it is blowing a gale. But it's a nice day, but there's sand blowing everywhere. God knows what that's going to do to my camera. But there, it's all a learning curve, isn't it? I've only come here because I figured people might get a little bit fed up with me fishing at the river, and I wish I'd gone to the river because I reckon the wind would be blowing the opposite way. It'd be blowing over my back probably. What a day. I've got sand in my mouth. It's not even a force 10. I fished a force 10 when it was like this. I'm going to have to chuck out. Right, I'm going to take the microphone off now. I'm using a microphone today. I don't think the sound quality is as good, but it's what it is. And we'll have to see if the sound bugging my camera up, won't we? Right, anyhow, Trunch Lane, blowing a gale, it's terrible. It's going to be hard work. But hey, let's knock it, not knock it. Yeah. No, I haven't got it. It's a cough I've had for bloody weeks. So, Jesus Christ. I don't even know if these sides do it. They'll just blow about in the wind, won't they? Just blow them around this corner a bit, that's all. I couldn't... three attempts at pitching this, and I don't think I did a bad job in the end. So anyhow, a bait bucket here. I want to try and get some water in. I'll leave it running. I'll take the mic out. Microphone's out. Tom, this is the first one. I'm only going to film on this video, I think. Oh, there's a bloody dog coming now. There'll be sand everywhere. I hate sand. Well, I don't hate it. I don't like it when it's moving without it's on its own. Dog's gone. Great Alsatian it was. Now I've got the appropriate boots on. Let's put some water in this. I've got some water. That's water for the worms. Right, let's get my rods out. It's an absolute nightmare. It's windy, and I am moaning. Oh, well, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Can't believe, well I can believe because it said wind, but I didn't think it'd be as windy as this. It said F4 or F5, but here it's a bit blowy. Everywhere I come, there always seems to be an issue. It's either I can't catch fish, I either can't catch fish because there's none in front of me. It's not that I'm rubbish, I'm about as rubbish as everyone else. I was going to come fishing yesterday, Thursday, but with this coronavirus going on, and I didn't know whether to self-isolate because I have bad asthma, and obviously because I have the steroid inhaler, I'm entitled to the flu jab, so I'm number 3 and 4 on the list of vulnerable people. I don't feel vulnerable, but I do know if I get a bad cold I start using my inhalers a lot because you can't open your airways. Worrying yesterday and come here today. I've reversed my line on me reel, and I never tied my shock leaders on, did I? I'm hoping I tied the shock leader on this one. Yep. I was only going to fish one reel anyhow because it is pretty mean out there. Wind blowing, sand in your face. So I'm only fishing one reel. I'm not redoing this bivvy. It's not a bivvy, it's a beach shelter. Oh dear. sand all on everything. If I don't touch it, I think it'll be alright, won't it? Well, I must say, even though it's a rubbish day, it is good being here, because you don't know soon whether we ain't going to be able to be here, do you? So, at least I brought my scissors this time. Right, we'll use black, so I've got enough there, and we'll have a bit of squidderoonie. Right, so we'll got that lug and scissors and squid, and we'll bait up down there. I don't know if that camera was looking then. I think the wind moved the camera. So anyhow, there'll be some visual shots for Tom, won't there? Well, I've got one glove, probably need two. Right, let's get this cast out. That's all I'm doing, one rod today. It is unbelievable. Things I do. The places are the wrong places I go to. Well, I kid you not. I've cast out and it's literally, my rod's going to go over, I notice. It's literally, I cast out that way to the left and literally within a heartbeat it's to the right. It's worse than the Humber for pulling. I don't know if my rod's going to stand the rest. Watch now, smash fishing. I bet you he ain't got such bad weather, has he? I don't know how much film I'm going to get done, but obviously I want to do some filming because I want a video out of it, don't I? Right, tide. Right. Select region. North. Because believe it or not, the East Lincolnshire coast is in the north apparently. Skegness. High tide at 15:43. So that's, God, I hope it don't come up to where this shelter is because it's going to be a nightmare. I looked at this sand and thought that ain't wet. It's only a 5.5 metre tide. So high tide's at 15:43 if I'm still there. I might have to use an uptide weight. And right, let's, what's the word? Coast and sea. Coast and sea. Have I hit it? No. Back. No. Tide tables. BBC. This web page is not available. Try again. I just had it. Oh, Jesus. Does it work over here? Try again. Google. Well, I just had Google and now it's disappeared. Anyhow, I now know what time the high tide is exactly. Nearly 4 o'clock. Time now is 1:30. I don't know if I can stay here that long. Anyhow, it's enough for looking at me. Looks quite pleasant out there, doesn't it? You can see my cloth though, that's blowing about on my rod stand, and yeah, it's quite blowy. Can you? My line is over there now. I aren't even out. Right, I'm gonna have to sort my rod out. I don't know if I can fish this. Let's try another way. I'm gonna have to try another weight because it's not holding bottom. So I'm gonna try these. I'm gonna try a uptide weight. Let's see what that's like. Well, it's blowing an F4, so they reckon, but it feels more like an F5 or 6 to me. It's unreal. I was fishing in an F4, mind you, they get it wrong, don't they? Oh, thank God for that, I got another one. That looks like that. It looks like that is holding bottom. Oh, yeah, like I say, I should have been air fishing on Thursday. I think this ain't going to be a film all in a beach, buddy. Well, it might be. Yeah, I was meant to be fishing yesterday, but I didn't know yesterday whether to self-isolate or not. And then if you self-isolate, you can't go out anywhere. And there's no point self-isolating and not go then going out, because then you're doing the wrong thing, aren't you? But I've got asthma, and I use a steroid inhaler, and I have a flu jab, so I'm in the high risk group of people to get this bloody coronavirus and and not do very well with it, to be honest. So I'm quite worried. We'll have to see what happens, won't we? But I wanted to do some fishing, so I'm still at work. Right, rigs. Anyhow, that's that. So anyhow, that's why I didn't come yesterday. So my rod is still in the rod rest, so that's a good thing. I might use these booms that I've tied up, these 3-clip booms, because they're coming back not tangled up. I tied these the other night, and that's just hooked up on a hook. Yeah, I'll show you that one. They're all the same. It's a 3-hook flapper, and I put silicone tube on with a bead and a knot, and then I got me plastic beads and a sea glow bead. So yeah, that's what I'm fishing, and it's not getting tangled up in the surf, which is good. Yeah, I think I might just go to the river. I might go to the river another day, and I shall just use frozen bait here. Now I might not catch anything. People might say use the fresh bait. I'm not gonna. Right, so black lug and squid. I don't want to put my bait on top of my lid, so just thread it down the hook. These are mustard hooks. They're I think these are 3/0s, but they aren't huge at all, not very big at all, just right for landing the flat fish. There's a bait shop here at Trunch Lane, and I bought some lugworm, but I hope my rod hadn't fell over. But I'm gonna go fishing at the river, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go fishing at the river, and what I'll do is I'll actually be able to try some half decent bait, won't there, at the river. Still frozen. I want that. That's for the dicky birds. Right, I've got a bait board and I'm going to use it. Right, so towels down there. I've got everything's back's getting cold now. Right, let's face this down. So here we are. We get a bit of squid. Like that. Bait one. Yeah, it's not very good conditions for fishing, in my opinion. I don't like conditions like this. Might be perfect, I don't know. So I'm just using my frozen bait. I've got some fresh lug. Seems silly really, but if that isn't holding bottom properly out there, what's the point? So I shall get squiddy fingers all over my camera, do I? So what I'll do is I'll use these baits. These rigs are good. They ain't got tangled up. I've reeled in twice now, and it's been perfect, not tangled at all. And I shall probably go fishing at the river before there's a lockdown and the army are called out, and use the lugworm there with some squid. Right. This isn't fishing. This is a challenge. Oh dear, what a day. So the problem we've got on this coast is it only faces one way. It's not like down in Devon or Cornwall where you can shoot over the other side. It's like this, and you decided to go fishing, you've just got to fish it. But I don't know how long I shall be here, because it's unbelievable. I mean, I've just driven an hour and a half to get here. An hour and a half, and you turn up and it's, well, it's unfishable. You're not holding bottom for a start. That one's holding, that uptide weight is holding bottom better than the other rod. The other rod, than the other weight. But it's not holding bottom. The other weight, the 8-ounce weight, I cast out to the left, and within a minute and a half, it was virtually on the shore to the right, to that side. So I cast out that way, and within a minute and a half, 2 minutes, it's on the shoreline, and I give it a couple of reels in, and it's out of the water. It must be a strong tide. I found out that there was a bait shop there, and I thought to myself, great, I'll be able to get fresh bait. It'll be a lovely day. I didn't think this wind would be as strong as this, but it is. So it's just one of them things. It's pain in the backside, because I've just driven an hour and a half here, and it's bloody blowing a gale. Ooh. Well, beautiful day. So I'm going to change this battery. Well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I'm going to give it a go. I don't think I'm going to catch you. That's in a bit far, isn't it? But geez, I'm sorry about the wind. I'm sorry about the wind. I've got you sheltered now in front of it, but it's still going to be windy. But you can see my line. straight out there. It's just down there. I cast out over there, and it's come literally round there, and my line is there. Look, see my line? This camera's going to run out in a minute. The tripod was going over, so I've now tipped it to where it is, and I've backed this off. Right, I don't know when that stopped recording. Battery ran out. Typical me, so I'm just not organised. But me rod nearly fell over. In the tide. So I'll go down and show you what happened. I had to run down there. I'm sorry about the wind noise. Can't be asked to get the little microphone out. So it's just what it is. So I cast it out over there, and so I cast that over there, right over there, and it's gone here. Look, in fact, my line is on the beach. I think it's unfishable. I think I'm going to have to go home. Hour and a half to get here. I buy some fresh bait, some fresh lugworms, and first time I've been here, you see. I've fished an F4 on the river and it was fine, but obviously you've got your back. If it's blowing this way, it's an easterly. And there'll be people out there saying, oh, you don't want to fish that. You're bloody right, you done. Anyhow, I shall bring you back in a bit. Well, I've cast out again. I've literally cast out 20 yards, if that, and I've baited the free up flapper rig up with, I'm just using squid. I'm frozen, my back's cold, I've put my coat on now, this side's warm, and the beach buddy where the sun's on it. I've got a little bit of weed around the tip of my rod and not much else really. I'm frozen, my back is cold. Jesus, I ain't ever had this wind. It's northeast. They always say east winds are cold, don't they? But right, it's going to get windy. It's going to get windy. I'll take you down to the rod. So this is Trunch Lane. Trunch Lane is literally you come on the beach over there, come down here, and this is the beach. There's a car park there, fishing tackle shop there, and some other shops, and there's a great big caravan site. But this is the beach. It's got a good steep angle on it, as you can see. Good angle on the beach, so it's you're fishing into deepish water, not like in Norfolk in places. just I'd just like to apologise to all my subscribers that all the films that I've done from January to today has been very few fish. The reason for that is one, I'm obviously a rubbish fisherman, and two, it's a hard time of the year to catch any fish. Now I got weed on my line. It's a hard time of the year to catch any fish. And I'd also like to apologise for not checking the weather and seeing what the forecast is for fishing, because today, in my opinion, it's unbearable. If there was no wind, this would be a lovely day, but I think the wind's blowing on my line, the waves are crashing on my line. It's a strong tide anyhow. You can tell it's a strong tide through all of this. The angle that it's crashing onto the beach, the wind's blowing it that way as well. And obviously, when you're using monoline, it's pulling my weight out all the time. But that movement on my rod there are these waves crashing on my line, which then pulls the weight out as well. So I'm fighting a losing battle, really. It was probably better at Mog's Eye last week, and I thought that was bad. So I didn't catch anything at Mog's Eye. But then I never really have caught anything at Mog's Eye. I just went back to Mog's Eye because that's where I always used to fish, you see. It was easy to park there and get on. But the beach is lifeless. There's just no shells, nothing, no worm casts. It's just sand. So I don't think I'll be going back to Mog's Eye again. I shall be trying Hare again, if not 2 or 3 times. But I think the next time I go fishing, it's going to be across the water onto the Holderness coast. I'll either go back to Easington, because that's quite quiet there, or it was when I was there. I shall go to Wivensea, Hornsey. I love Hornsey, but I blanked there, didn't I, last time? It's just one of them things. It's the wrong time of the year for fishing. But again, I just apologise, and I appreciate all of you that are watching these videos with me not catching any fish. I mean, in my opinion, sometimes it doesn't matter if you catch a fish. It's about the scenery and the sea and the beach and the sky, big skies. You know, that's what I enjoy watching when I watch other people's videos. When I watch other people's videos and they blank, I ain't fussed. I still watch it because it's like, sometimes it's like being there. It's just nice. It just reminds you of it. And that's what my videos are like at the minute. But I'll start catching. I caught me first codling of the year, which was bloody lucky. So I'll catch. It'll all go right. I've just got to pick my days better. Sometimes I have to decide that I'm fishing on a day, and that's the day I'm fishing. And even if I check the weather, I think, sod it, I'm going. I've got to, because I can't go any other time. So that's that. Well, caught a plastic bag. Plenty of plastic in the sea, isn't there? Shall take that home. Right, these batteries don't last long, do they? This is the it's the AP79. I've got the AP77 and the AP79. They're both 8mm cameras. The AP77, I sometimes mess up recording and stuff because the buttons don't seem to be, you have to hold it and there's a delay. I sometimes don't hold it long enough. But this one, you just press it and it works. You don't have to hold it for a delay. But the battery compartment, the lid on this, has got a fancy little switch. And it's now buggered, because why would you do that? The other one, the AP77, that I find it sometimes difficult to use, has just got a normal, put your nail in and on your finger and just ping it out. Much better. This one, they've gone technical with a little catch. It's rubbish. I got this camera because of the microphone for the wind, but I can't be asked to use it. Just film it from here and you can see out. I don't know. Rod's bouncing down quite a lot for because of the waves. My hands are so cold. I'm gonna have to tip my I'm gonna have another coffee and then I'm gonna tip it out because I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. I keep saying that, don't I? Perhaps I ought to call this video, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. I can't even moan. I can't even moan about the conditions because I never checked. And if I checked the conditions and the conditions were good and I got here and it was like this, I could have had a right grumble, couldn't I? Can't moan about being bloody a pillock, can you? Right, I'm gonna have a coffee. So I've never been to Trunch Lane before. There'll be people on there, possibly East Coast Angler, who's on YouTube. He's East Coast Angler. He fishes on the East Coast of East Coast Angler. I'm saying anyhow. The East Coast Angler. He fishes up and down this coast. I've been watching his videos for quite a while now, and he always seems to catch. That's why I come here. And people on World Sea Fishing said, go to Trunch Lane. It's really good. So I'll come here. I obviously picked the wrong day. So yeah, hang on, look, Tom, get that towel. That towel's took off again. Look, he's hard at it. He's not having a breather anymore, Tom. So yeah, so I come down there. Last time he was there, the East Coast Angler, I think he was catching whiting and stuff, but some people say come down and fish the beach, and I like to mix it up. But I've fished Mog's Eye last Friday, which is a week ago, and it was a featureless beach full of nothing. There's no seashells, nothing there, and there was no fish either. And when I left Mog's Eye, I went to Hut Off and started speaking to a fisherman there, and he hadn't caught anything else either, and he was using freshly pumped lugworms, what he'd pumped that day. I saw him going up and down the beach pumping. So I figured I'd go to Trunch Lane. I was going to go to the river again. I thought, no, I'm going to keep the videos, beach, river, probably do more at the river, because like I say, it's closer to my house. But I thought I'd come to the beach, and it's a grueler. Severe fishing conditions, I think I'll put. They're severe enough. I don't know if you'd want to fish this. Well, I don't want to fish this again. I'm definitely going to be keeping me. I'll fish in an F4. This isn't an F4. It can't be an F. I've fished F4s before, and the water's been calm, and There's been not that much wind. It's F4 going on to F5 and then on to F6. So yeah, it's a grueler. But hey, we're here fishing, aren't we? But I ain't doing much fishing because I cast out and the weight's over there. So the waves died down a minute ago and weren't going 45 degrees to the beach. They were virtually nearly coming straight onto me, and I thought, oh, is it a case that it's the stage of the tide? So as the tide comes up, it'll sort itself out and come onto the beach, but I don't know. It's not looking good, is it? Because see where that dog walker is, Tom? Focusing on them waves down there. That's 45 degrees to the beach. See that? Zoom into that, Tom. So obviously you're going to cast up there. See, it looks alright here, doesn't it? But you cast that way, you end up down that way. Anyhow, I'm going to make a decision shortly whether I'm going to pack up and go, but it seems such a waste. I might do a shallow cast out, because that looks about 2.5 foot deep. There might be something just out there. I'm going to just literally just chuck it out. I've chucked it out 40 yards, which is a distance cast today. And I've done 25 yards. I might just lob it out there. That rod's bending over. Right, I'm going to reel that in. I think my weight is on the beach, so it's hard work. Well, is that still filming? Yeah. Well, I have fished an F4 before, but I think this is stronger. It's getting to an F5 this afternoon, but that is the weather. That's the weather information I've got from Whitby to the Wash. So that's a long coastline for it to be 100% accurate. All you know is it's going to be windy, and just keeping an eye on my rod, because I nearly lost it a minute ago. I did go running down with the camera to grab it, which I managed to grab it, and I turned my tripod in the sand, and the battery had run out. So it must be about an F5, because this isn't an F4. I fished an F4 before, but that could have been wrong, because it was a lovely still day and the water was calm. Water's fine, water's great, it's coloured, there's loads of surf. But it's an F4 going on to an F5. Gusts of wind are about 26 kilonewtons. I'm going to look at it when I get them. But the wind is enough to make my towel, as you can see, blow about like that. It don't even have a rest. Look, that poor towel is on the go all the while. So what I've done now, I've reeled in You might have saw it, I'm hoping you did. I'm reeling in now. Well, I ain't reeling in now. What am I talking about? I haven't got it. So, I just reeled in my line, which I'm hoping you saw. And my weight wasn't even in the water. It was on the beach. Now I've used an 8-ounce weight. And I have used an uptide weight, which is 190 gram uptide weight. That's all I've got. And they are not holding bottom, either of them. And it's dragging nearly 90, well, it's dragging probably about 110 degrees from where I cast it to on the beach. The last time I fished a beach like this, and our baits weren't even in the water. It was an F10. We actually fished in an F10, and it was an experience, that's all I'll say. Fished that with my mate Steve when he used to come sea fishing. I'm just keeping an eye on my rod. So this is hard work. Like I said, I've driven an hour and a half here. I've spent £5 on 20 lug, because they sell them in 10s here, and they're just blow lug. They're looking good. They look good blow lug. Yeah, they do look good. I've got them in paper at the minute, and I've got some seawater in my bucket here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip my coffee out of my flask and put that seawater in my flask, and then I'm going to put the lug in that bucket with just a shallow bit of water in, so it keeps them alive. And then when I get home, I'll put them in a tray, and then I'll pour the seawater out of my flask into them, or keep that in the flask so that I can change the water. I'm aiming to go sea fishing again tomorrow, which is Saturday. The wife don't know, but she'll be alright. She's good as gold, is the wife. And I'll fish there. But look at, it's a glorious place to fish. I shall come back to Trunch Lane again. I don't know what that grit thing out there is. It's concrete. It must be a rig. But you got all the windmills there. It's a nice beach. I'm literally at on the beach. I'm literally where you walk down onto the beach. So it's the worst place for getting absconded by dogs during the summer. I think this would be a good place to fish at night time during the summer, when there's not too many people there. Well, there will be, because there's arcades and everything up there, but perhaps they wouldn't walk all this way. They'd go further up the beach, gain access on the beach up there, but they'll still walk down the beach. But I think it's a big good place at night time. During the week, like it is now, if the weather's better. I only checked I think my weight has moved right round now, because my rod's now pulling straight down. I only checked Thursdays. I knew the high tide was later in the day. I also knew that it was going to be sunnier today, whereas it was overcast yesterday. So I was quite chuffed about that, because yesterday was quite gloomy. But I never checked the wind. Always got to check the wind, don't you? I've trekked down this beach with all this gear. I have got a trolley, which is there. So I've got a trolley, and I ain't far from the van, so it ain't been too bad. But it's just taking this beach shelter down. It's going to be a nightmare. That'll be the last job though. Everything will be packed on me on me trolley. So anyhow, I reeled that That last cast in off the beach, literally off the beach, not in the water, and I literally just chucked it probably 25 yards out, not anymore. So we'll just have to see. It's still moved, but I'm going to find my glove. I don't know where my glove is. Always got new gloves. I didn't fill me bag up with gloves, you see. That's the problem. Shove it in there. It's the trouble with the beach, everything gets put in the wrong place because you just need to get things done. Now if I was at the river, I wouldn't be having all this problem. I'd just be mooning about my line dragging around. But it drags round even more here, so. Well, that was on the beach again. Sorry about the wind. I just want you to get a bit of a view of stuff here rather than just looking out from the bivvy. I'll cover that up there. I'm trying to shield the mic, Tom. It's just for you, Tom. It's unbelievably windy. Oh, I'll face that way, it's freezing. And yeah, should have looked at the bloody weather report, shouldn't I, Tom? So I'm casting up there, it's going down there, I'm reeling it in when the weight's on the beach. So at least I'm leaving it in the water to soak, everybody. That's what you have to do, you have to let your bait soak in the water. So I cast out that way, goes round there, and it's on the beach. Oh, it's freezing out there, that wind cut through. So I know when the, sorry, hang on. I know when the, what a disaster. Oh, it's nice and warm on there. Oh. I know when the, I know when my bait's on the beach, because there's a black-headed skull that keeps circling above thinking there's some food down there, so I have to go out there quick and reel it in. This is what not to do when deciding to go sea fishing. I'm picking a day and sticking to that day and not checking the weather. I could have gone to the Humber, but I didn't. Oof. That wind's cutting through. I don't know if I'll be here much longer. Anyhow, I've tried out at distance, and with casting I'm getting about 40 yards. So then I decided I'll cast a short one, and I've chucked that out about 20 yards, and I kept it low trajectory. I actually did that twice and that, of course, lovely and warm on there. Oh, get my back on it. Oh. So I kept the trajectory low, and it all went well. Went out 20 yards, 25 yards, and yeah, the weight ended up on the beach again. It don't matter. So I've done another low one, 25 yards, and my rod is up and down because of these waves. The wind. The other thing, I went on Google Earth to find out where Trunch Lane was, and then I put it on my phone to get here for directions. And when I was looking at it on Google Earth, I noticed that the waves were at 45 degrees, if not a little bit more, to the beach, rolling in. But I shall be back here. I was looking forward to this fishing trip today, because it was today I could fish, and with what's going on in the world, in our country at the minute, it's a case of am I going to get out again? I think I'll get out tomorrow, unless they mobilise the army, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? And I don't know what they'll mobilise them for, whether they're going to stop people from moving about, or if they might not even mobilise them, I don't know. Something's going to happen. So yeah, just rattling on and all that malarkey, and forgot what I was talking about. And I'm not rewinding this video because I'll just cock it up. What was I talking about? Oh, just put the answer below. Whatever I was talking about before I got onto another tangent, yeah, you'll just put it in below. That's unless Tom cuts it out, but I hope he don't, because there ain't going to be a lot for this film. It's a video. I'm certainly not going to catch it. I've got fresh bait. I shall go to the route. That's probably it. Anyhow, that was it. I was on Google Earth looking at the beach, thinking, yeah, it's rather nice. But I noticed that the waves go down and were breaking onto the beach at 45 degrees. So, if that's the beach, if that's the beach, the waves are breaking like that, look. So it's doing that. Here's the beach, there are the waves. As you can see. Look down there, Tom, and focus in on them waves, mate, because you can zoom it in a bit, can't you? So Tom, zoom into them waves so people can see. So anyhow, I was looking on Google Earth. Some girl's lost a coat. She's just lost a coat. She just had to run and grab it, and then she struggled putting it on. So it's more than an F4. It's definitely more than an F4. It's probably an F5, F6. So when I was, I'm getting there. So when I was looking at Google Earth and saw them waves, as I've just shown you on the beach, and Tom should have zoomed in on them, I thought to myself then, Christ, there's going to be some tide pull on there, fishing there. It might be hard work. But I thought, it'll be alright. Because on Thursday I saw that it was smooth and calm. I don't even think it said slight. I think this is slight. It was calm. I didn't bother to check for Friday. I know the weather can change. I think I'm going to have one more cast out, and then that's going to be it. And then I shall sort this bait out at the van probably, and then come back for the water and my tent. Anyhow, look at the lovely scenery. Well, as you can hear, I'm now this side of the embankment. Look, you walk up there, and this is the car park. So you got a car park here. If I come back there, then I'll be out of the wind. There's a paying in machine over there. I don't know if you can see it. It's not operational yet, but it's operational soon for the summer, obviously spring and summer. But during winter, it's not operational. You got this embankment here, and you walk up that slope there to the beach. As a matter of fact, let's walk up to the beach. It's quite nice air, isn't it? There's no wind. Now, if the wind was blowing this way, westerly wind, or southwesterly, you'd have this embankment here protecting you. But as soon as you get over here, you're back into the wind again. That's the coast. That's where I was fishing, just down there. And it's pretty bleak. So that's the car park that I was telling you about. Paying in machines over there. It's £2 all day. You can pay less than that for a couple of hours. But if you're fishing, you might as well just pay £2, don't you? Go down there, where that van is where the bait shop is, where they sell blow lug, black lug, and sometimes they get yellowtails in. £2.50 for 10 it is. For I think that's for black lug and blow lug. So anyhow, it's been an absolute grueler of a day. It's been unbelievable. I ain't caught anything. You've seen what the conditions are. It's my own muppet fault for not checking. But this was the day I went fishing. I could have gone yesterday, but thinking about other things. So it was today, and this is the outcome. I ain't caught anything again. I'm ever so sorry, but that's just the way it is. It's my fishing trip, and I filmed my fishing trip, and I blanked. So I'd like to thank everybody that subscribed. Since the last video, my subscriptions have gone up again. I did have a week where it was up and down, up and down, up and down, but I think you get that on YouTube. I think I got a week, 2 weeks ago, I got 118 subscribers in a week, which was unbelievable. Last week, I got 6 subscribers because people kept unsubscribing, but that's just the way it is. And this week up to now, I think since the last video went up where I catch my codlin and dab, I think I've got 40 odd subscribers. So thank you very much. I appreciate everyone that subscribes. It's a bit like a drug. I've said it before, but it's a bit like a drug now. It's that you're always checking it for someone to, you know, see who's subscribed, if you've got any more subscriptions. So anyhow, thanks for subscribing. Please give a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. And I like the comments, so I try to answer all the comments at the minute because I don't get many. And it's nice talking to you, and it's always getting a few people that keep repeating, commenting to me and everything, and it's great. So thank you very much, and thank you for all those that have commented once or twice or whatever. Thank you to everyone that's commented, but it's getting a bit of conversation now, and a bit of with those that keep commenting all the time. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm just waffling on. It's all that sort of thing. I'm from Norfolk. That's what happens. You just rabble on. So anyhow, spot on. Thanks for subscribing. Like, dislike. What's next? Thanks for commenting. And ring that ding-a-ling, so you get notification of my next video. Am I in the sun? If I'm in the if I'm in the sun, Tom, with that, I'm sorry. You'll just have to do some trickery with your editing. Anyhow, what I'm going to do now is I've got these lugworm here. don't know if you can see that. Got these lugworm here. And I'm going to put them in some water. I've got this bucket here, I don't know if you can see that, with some water in, and I'm hoping that wouldn't splash out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these lugworm in. We'll try and do it like this. So I think they'll probably appreciate being in the water, won't they? Got a bit of sand in the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll take a couple of sheets of this. Beyonce hits the high streets. Not dressed like that, she don't. I ain't got it. And what I'm going to do, where's that? I'm going to put this paper, so there's my worms in the water. Put this paper over the top of them, which will soak in. Like that. So I'm hoping that will stop the splashing. And then when I get home, I'm going to put them in a tray. I'll put that over the top. And I'll sit some on it probably. I'll wedge it in the van as well. But when I get home, what I'll do is I shall transfer them into a tray and keep them. They'll hopefully keep nice and fresh then, won't they? And then if I go fishing on Saturday, that'll be great, which is what I'm hoping to do. The last time I fished Friday and Saturday, my arms ached and ached and ached. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's my lugworm. I'll put that on there, put some on top. I shouldn't splash about because it's only shallow water. Put them into a tray and then hopefully go fishing Saturday. And hopefully it'll be out of the van with my lights. That'll be better weather. But anyhow, yeah, so this is at the end. So thanks for subscribing. And press the like or dislike, ring the bell, and please comment. See you later. What a terrible fishing trip. I'd just like to say, when that wind isn't blowing on you and the sun's on the back of your neck or on your face and you feel the warmth of it, it makes you realise how lucky we are to be able to take a day off work and come here and fish, even if you don't catch anything. Feeling that sun and spring's on its way, it just makes you realise how lucky we are. And we all ought to, we don't all, I just think how lucky I am to be able to do that, especially in the present climate where poor sods are ending their days before they should do because of this COVID-19 going around. It's all very sad. A lot of people who I talk to still think that it's just a cold and stuff, but I think it's more serious than what it is after some of the things I've seen in Italy in the hospitals. It's very sad. These people are dying from this virus and they can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. And just feeling that sun that's up there, just packed everything up. was walking around the van to get in the van, and I just felt that sun and thought, fantastic, spring's on its way, because I didn't feel the sun over there because of the wind. I'm sheltered by this, aren't I, here? The wind was terrible, and it just made me think just then that I'm not talking about everybody else, I think about these people that are popping the clogs, and it's cruel. Yeah, I'm very lucky at this moment in time that I can feel that sun, and it's a beautiful day. That's all I want to say. Yeah. See you later. I don't think I'm going to catch... Whoa.